So welcome, Sara, first of all. A warm welcome to Sara, our special guest today, the painter for this week. Sara is from Spain, from Malaga, and she's going to tell us more about her history and journey as a painter, and a little bit about her life as well. David, our in-house resident moderator, anchorman, and an expert. And thank you everyone for joining today, whether it's on video or without video. We're just happy that we are here together and we can share some good stories together. Cool. So Sara, you already had the question. Ilse, maybe you want to repeat the question so that those who are going to join just recording. Yes?
I just wanted to ask you, as an artist, hopefully one can make some money. And I just wanted to ask you if you compromise your passion and your own style to satisfy the buyer's needs or requirements. And yeah, are you completely true to your own subject matter, or do you change your style because you know something will sell better?
I will say that I paint what I want, so not what I want. This is the way I express myself. So this is how I express. This is my style. Is the way I express myself. But sometimes, for example, when you have a commission, then you have. I wouldn't say to adapt, but for me it's more like a challenge. No, it's also a way to explore more, but always following your path. Let's say, I'm not, if someone wants a painting of me, it's because they like my style, so they trust me, no, in the way I do the painting. And if someone wants a Kubin's painting, I will recommend a friend of mine. I'm not going to do a Kubin's painting because I'm an abstract painter, or as Jos Toledo, for example, or if someone wants a portrait, I'm going to recommend my artist friend Pedrito, but I'm not going to paint a portrait or a cubist painting because I'm an abstract painter. So that's how I express myself, and I'm not going to do anything that is against my style, let's say.
Yeah, thank you.
I think sorry guys, if you can hear me all right, I think a few people are having problems with the connection and it's making people drop the cameras. So I might do the same. So if my face disappears, just because it seems the audio is better.
We see you and hear very well, no worries.
One more thing, Lorenzo, I'm not from Malaga, I'm from Valencia. And you know it.
I confused with the host.
Yeah.
Because you work closely together, something switched in my brain.
Yeah. No.
Of course,
yes, this thing, because I think that is also important for me, no? That the light of Valencia and the landscapes of Valencia.
You want to tell us a little bit about your background, upbringing, where you come from, what you did before?
So I come from Spain, from Valencia, and I studied architecture. And then I studied also, I did multidisciplinary workshops, artist workshops. So, well, I think this is important because I think in my paintings there is this obsession with the geometry and the structure and the balance that I learned, and during my years in architecture, and now I can express, no, with my paintings. And yeah, and I don't know.
Sarah, what brings you to Basel? Why did you decide to move to Basel? And how's the market different? Switzerland compared to Spain? Are you more successful in Switzerland?
I think so. I moved here because of my partner, so we moved together here. And but I found here, let's say, the pieces that in Spain are not affordable here are affordable for the majority of people. So I think it is easier for artists to make a living here than in Spain. Well, it was very different because in Spain the artists normally have many let's say helps, or they have also competitions and public competitions and these kind of things that here you cannot find so easily. And but yeah, the public, I think they can buy more, and they can yeah, the art for them is something that is not, let's say, so expensive. So I found a big difference here.
How long? Oh, sorry. It's may I ask? Can I make a question?
Yeah,
How long have you been living now in Switzerland? Since when you moved?
So I moved here. I've been living here since three years.
Okay.
So yeah, it's quite a big. So, but it was super fast for me. So and
I
well,
mean, enough to start to see the difference also in the market and in the approach, in general approach, not only the market, but the, between Spain and, I mean, it's not a long time. I live in London since 3 years too, so it's the same. It's not a long period, but it's enough to start to know better, I mean, and to see the difference from Spain and other countries. Do you think?
And yeah, I think 3 is the number when you can say that you are established in a place, because the first year for me was very challenging also to find the places to buy the supplies and everything. I couldn't find many materials that I was used to use, no? Yeah, I used to use. So in the end, the first year was
to understand where what was happening.
It was hard. Let's say it was hard. You start to make also the connections and everything. So the third year is the year that you feel that you belong to a place. No, you start to belong to. For me, to Basel and make this connection with other artists. I was explaining to David and Lorenzo before that, for example, last week we did an exhibition with 9 artists, and we all organized this exhibition. So it was impossible to do it in the first year I was here, because I didn't, even in the second year. So now it's possible, because now I have these connections and I met many people, and we found this same energy. So this is my year.
Yeah, no,
has this coming together of the local styles with the artists from here and maybe feeling comfortable in the place, has it changed your output a little bit? Has it changed your
David,
theme
I was
anyway?
going to ask her this thing, so
Sorry.
No, it's fine because I was thinking exactly
We're
the
all
same
thinking
thing.
the same.
I mean,
Yeah.
You mean if the other artists have an influence in your art? No.
And also, now do you have this sense of place of Switzerland instead of kind of Spain? Does that change your output a little?
Yeah, I mean a lot. A lot. Yeah, I mean I paint also with my memories, so everything that I see is something that then I'm going to, let's say, paint. So for example, in the beginning, the first year I was here, I was kind of blocked because I was used to paint seas and the sky, so all these kind of subjects or topics or cities with reticula or something, and then I came here and I started to see all these mountains, and I was super confused in the beginning, and but in the end, step by step, these shapes or these geometries were coming to my paintings. So, and now
Yes, because I think also
there are plenty of
influences, right? Your early influences were also sea themes.
What? Sorry, say it again.
No problem. I'm just going to stop my camera 1 second so it's clearer. Maybe also your early influences were sea themes as well in some way, or not true?
Sea themes.
Yeah.
Ocean.
Yeah. I painted a lot of seas. I mean, and I remember last time I did a portrait of a sea that it was because I already felt it far from me, no, and I didn't use the same colors that I used to use when I painted the sea. So normally I paint the sea with blues or grays or something, and that last time I did this portrait to the sea, it was completely different, and I thought, and the title of that that artwork was a Dream of Sea, because I felt it already like super far from me, no? I felt it. I think I tried to paint my feelings.
So I think I have, if I can, I've got a very, this is one of your older pictures of like the sea, I guess, from what we're saying. I'll try and put it up onto the gallery so everyone can see. Let me try and drop it. And then I think people will see it for a moment. Guys, you need to click on the picture or on the text chat and you should see the picture.
Well,
maybe you can explain a bit about this. Is this now or past? Has it changed?
Well, this is in fact, this is not the one that I was saying, but
yeah.
this is a landscape of sea, because this is a mix between the mountains of the sea, the mountains of Switzerland, and the colors of the sea. So it was like I was trying to do something mixed, but yeah, this is a landscape of sea, and there are like 4 like this. I don't know if I have a picture of the other. Well,
I can't find this memories of the sea easily, but Valencia is for me is very bright, white, clean, modern architecture, and I guess you studied architecture, but so very different here in Switzerland, right? What you see, it's so much, isn't it? So much darker in general.
Yeah, there is another light, let's say, but yeah, I think each city has his own light and his own colors. The same way that they have their own buildings, no, and also the colors of the buildings is different in each city, no. For example, here I remember the first time I went to the city hall, no, with this red in Basel. Well, I'm in Basel, so I mean there are some things that are very typical, no, from the place.
So does it also? You talked about, to me, we talked before a little. You talked about the process of your painting and maybe some different styles that you have used. Have the techniques changed at all since you've come here?
So now, for example, I use mostly mixed media, so an acrylic, and now I feel comfortable with that technique because I can paint like quickly, and now I feel that I need that thing, but I used to do also cold wax or etching, and well, there are like, for me the techniques are like different languages, so the process is different. So with acrylic I can feel that I have more freedom. With cold wax you have to paint with oil, so in the end you have to wait, and for me it doesn't work in this moment. I used to do it and enjoy a lot, but now it's okay. And then with etching you have to you need also a big machine to do this etching, and now here for now I cannot do it, but I like a lot of etching, and I do etching by hand in my house or in my atelier, and then I do also collage sometimes with these etchings, but now I feel comfortable with mixed media and acrylic. That is what I need to do now.
Is that, you said something about speed. Do you like the speed of the creation there?
Well, what happens with oil is that sometimes you have to do something, but you have to wait because the paint is not dry. So, and with acrylic, you don't have to wait so much, and for me, it's easier now to express in this, not to express what I want in this way, no? Like I want to put a blue here, but I don't want to mix this with the one below. So I need that the one below is dry. So I need to do it like, I don't know. Now I feel like more, I don't know, more with more
free
energy,
or
more
spontaneous?
Yeah. I feel like this. Even more, well, many people also ask me if I paint with oil, because my paintings, I think that they have also like metallic pigments and something bright that people think that it is because of the oil of the paint. But no, I mean, it's my technique, and I mix the colors with metallic pigment, and then I also like to mix a lot. So I think I like to be fast to mix everything, and then the effect, it looks like it looks like oil, but it is always acrylic. Also, in this last exhibition, I think this was the question that it was. So the majority of people asked me, no, like, this is oil, and well, this is oil, and how long I spend to paint something, no? How long do I spend to paint something, to paint a painting? These are the two questions.
Sara, do you use palette knife, brushes? What kind of equipment do you do to apply your paint?
I normally use squeegees. I think, well, I have one here, so I can show you. This is something that normally you use for etching.
Okay.
You like pull it across, or how do you use it?
So I normally don't use pencils. So this is like, I use like a pencil, like this. And this is silicone. So it's, you can move the paint the way that you like. I don't know. Did you see it?
Yeah, that's
well,
great.
It's a bit. But I mean, there are like some. This is smaller. I have several, so yeah, this is what I do.
So how long do you use? How long do you work on an average painting? A few days, or how long does it take you until it's completed?
So yeah, that's the question. But I don't know. I don't have the answer, because
is there a set process you go through? Oh, sorry, Irene.
No, tell me.
Is there a set process, like a procedure you always follow? I mean, do you start with a sketch or something, or do you go through some stages? Because you said you're quite structured, right? How structured is the creation of a painting?
So, well, there are these are two questions, no? I usually don't use sketches. So it's normally it's in my mind, no, what I want to paint. Sometimes I use like small sketches, but really small, like, or when I have a commission, then I have to think a little more about what people on this kind, so what they want, and I ask for some images that they like, so, or which are the paintings that they like, no? The paintings that I paint that they like. So with that, I do like very simple sketches like this. I mean, nothing.
Wow.
I mean, well, for me it's a lot, but there is nothing. No, it's like it's a very simple structure. But then when
it looks almost like a storyboard. Is it?
Well, this is because it was a triptych, so I wanted something like something that continues. Because I also like to paint a lot diptychs, and so painting pairs. No, I like that they keep together, and the meaning of two. Yeah, the balance. But I mean, it was something. It's just the geometry, because when I start painting, then I realize that when I put some color here, then it needs another color over there. And then when I put another color in the other side, then I have to put another color in the opposite. So I'm balancing, no, the structure and the weight of the painting, I would say.
You should definitely keep those sketches, because in the future, when you are so you can, they will cost millions.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's nothing, but it helps. And then sometimes I do. So there is a structure in my mind, and sometimes I do like study of color, something like this, but very, very simple. I mean, then the complexity becomes when in the canvas, no? When you are in the canvas, then this was, for example, a study for a commission, no? With these colors. Well, maybe here you can see there are some colors with the metallic pigment.
Edge, yeah.
No? Yeah. I don't know, because I'm in the small screen and I cannot see.
No, it looks good, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's what I have here.
What about the paintings that you have in the back? Can you tell us something about those?
Here I have, well, I have a lot of paintings around me. You cannot see that I'm surrounded by paintings. But so, well, I mean that this, for example, is a small landscape, no? Also with the metallic colors. I don't know if you can see it. It is called Memories, so it's about memories and stuff. I have here this one also. That this was the first time I started to paint the mountains. I think this is very important for me. And this is in the lake.
Yes.
So sometimes it's, you can see it, no? You can see like a sea, like mountains, but in the end, abstract for me is like the poetic language of abstraction. So in the end, it's something very subjective, no? There are, sometimes you can see a sea or a sky and, I don't know, or a mountain or a different thing.
Do you want people to see a specific image or have a specific feeling when they react to your painting, or?
I don't really mind. I mean, what I want is, I want to express something, no, like a feeling. But then I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking that the creation is like a monologue, no, between you and the art, and there are a lot of silence, a lot of questions that have no answers, no. But then when you exhibit something and people see it, and there is like a connection and there is like a communication, but very unique, between something that you create and something that people create, because they create something in their mind that you cannot see, no? And this is, well, for me, this is the most special thing with all the arts, no? That connection that is, it's invisible, no? But it happens and it's real, no? It's there. And okay, I have a story, no? Because I painted a sea, and the painting was sold, and then I brought the painting to the collector, and there were 2 more people there, and so this collector sold the painting to them, and they were saying, okay, I can see here a boat, and I can see here, and well, I don't specific. I never paint a boat, no? There were like spots and, no, a blue or a gray spot. And then he said something that for me was very important, no? And he said, okay, what I see is, this is not the sea. So this is not how sea is. But I can see the feeling when I see the sea, no? So he could see this feeling, no? And for me it was like, wow, no? You can see what you want when tells you something, no? And
do you like to get feedback from the people who see your pictures, or?
I think it's nice, yeah. Because, yeah, in the end, it's hear something that you don't want to hear, no? I mean, sometimes you have like in this time in this time, no, that you get something that you never expected, no, like this, no, this and this person, he loves sailing and he had a boat, so he was so his feeling. I can understand what he felt, no, and what he saw in my painting, because I think I know it, no. I think I knew his feeling. I don't know.
So it's important to connect with the right people for you. You think?
In the end, what is important is that the artwork is loved by the client, no, by the collector. That's the only way the artwork will have a good life. No, they will take care of that artwork. No, if they don't love it, they are not going to keep it or to take care of it, or no. That's the point for me. No, they have to feel something and maintain this feeling.
I think Ilse was also asking about commissions, and you mentioned commissions. Does that work in the same way? Do you have a strong relationship there?
With commissions, I feel that I don't have I don't feel a lot of freedom, no. Like when I don't have a commission, I feel more free. But I like commissions because they force you to do something that you are not used to do, and sometimes they brings you to a point that you cannot get it if you wouldn't. You wouldn't have gotten if you hadn't had that commission. Do you understand me?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So they're demanding of you to get somewhere new.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's demanding to make you try to get somewhere new or explore new idiom.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like
if I know that someone is expecting something more colorful, then I force myself to do these things. Always with my style, it will be a service, no? That's my signature. It will be always a service, but yeah, with these touches, no? Because yeah, sometimes with commissions, I ask them for like a gallery of pictures or something, no, to imagine what they like or what they expect, no, let's say.
Sara, what I find interesting about your work is, and what I find interesting about abstract is that I can see in your work, and I'm not that familiar, but what I see is in the abstract, there's a lot of harmony, there's a lot of balance. Is that your architectural background, the architectural design, and how did your studies, how did your architectural background influence what you put on the canvas? Because there's not chaos. What you do is this. It's harm. I see a lot of harmony, and it's peaceful. Yeah, it's not.
Thank you. That's what I that's what I want to hear. No, but yeah, I think there is a lot of architecture in my paintings. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I think there is this architecture there is this, well, all the exhibitions that I visit, no, all the experiences, there is, in the end, it's a mix, but I think the structure and the harmony comes on the geometry, because I think there is some geometry. Sometimes you can see it very well, and sometimes it's more hidden. But in the end, there is there. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
May I ask you, well, one thing, if you have finished to answer, yeah, can I? Oh, yeah, about what you were saying before about the relation between, I mean, you, the client or collector, and the painting. Have you ever felt, I don't know how to say, like sad or jealous of separating from painting? Maybe with commissions is a different thing, but have you ever felt like you didn't want actually leaving or letting a painting go with a client? You had not a good feeling with that, because I think to your work, I mean, like to your probably your paintings can be for you like your creatures, your thing. So have you ever felt in this way?
Maybe in the beginning it could happen, but now it's easier, no? Because then I have to live selling my paintings, so I have to do it, no? But no, what happened to me in the past is that sometimes instead of selling, I gave something as a present, and then I thought that when you give something, the other people that don't give the value that it has, no? And then I felt something that I didn't like. So now, no more presents, no more paintings are as presents. And normally I can see they really like my pieces, so I'm relaxed, no? I'm okay. They are going to live here. I'm okay. they will be happy. No, I mean, mostly in the beginning, but now I feel happy when I sell something. Yeah, it's I think it's the best feeling ever, no? When something that you create is going to be part of the life for someone, because they are going to see that painting a lot. Sometimes it's in the living room, and I don't remember them, but they for sure are going to remember me because they have my piece in the living room. So I mean, it's no, I feel super happy when they a new home. No.
Is there a setting you like to have your paintings in? I mean, does that where you imagine them, pride of place in the living room, like a talking point, or galleries, or how would you like them displayed?
Well, sometimes I think I think about the places that they are going to be, and so, for example, when I paint a diptych or something, I'm also thinking about a bedroom or something more like a couple. I don't know how to explain it, but and sometimes when I do commissions, they send me also the wall, so a picture of the wall where they are going to hang it, and that give me also an idea of what I want to see there. So that helps me to imagine what I want to do, if I want the geometry bigger or smaller because the space is bigger, or if there is a window and the light is coming in that direction. So that helps me also to create. But it helps me. It's like well, when I studied architecture, you have like a program, no? Like 2 bedrooms, one bathroom, no? And you have to draw an apartment or a house, no? And with these commissions, it's like you have like a program, but for me, it's not. Yeah, I don't feel. Sometimes it helps me with this space. When I think about the space, that helps me a lot to create something.
Okay. And what about galleries? In the gallery space, do you enjoy being shown in a gallery, or is that not where you like to be?
Well, exhibiting in galleries is always something fun. I mean, it's like, and it's curious because normally you paint and you have your paintings at your studio and you have everything around, but when you see everything in the gallery, you know, and then you see one next to the other and you can read everything together, then it's like, wow, this is me, no? I'm in these walls, and I don't know. It's a strange feeling, no? Because it's like I can recognize in all of them, no? It's like there are portraits of me or portraits of my some studies in some stages in my life, no? And it's like a diary, no? And I can see all of them. It's like sometimes it's like, wow, no?
It's very personal for you.
It's very an exhibition is always something super personal. Well, for me it's very personal. But I was thinking sometimes I don't know if you have ever written something, no, in a paper, and then you discover this paper and you recognize this is you, no, and when you read it and okay, this is what I was thinking in that time, no, that is a bit what I feel, no, when I see that painting that I painted 2 years ago, no, and I can recognize myself on it, but it's something in the past, no, something that I wrote in the past, no, more or less. I don't know if
No,
you understand me.
Quite a scary feeling, no? Must be quite intimidating that everyone can see your thoughts.
There are no thoughts, but there are feelings, no? Mm-hmm. There are something that you put your feelings there, no? You put your soul. When I paint something, I really put my soul on it. So, yeah, it's so like
must be
pictures of my soul. Well, it's too sentimental, but it's kind of, no?
It's a good name for an exhibition. It's a good name for an exhibition. Pictures of my soul.
Pictures of my soul, yeah. Yeah.
So is it emotionally tiring for you to paint? I mean, is it even physically tiring for you to paint?
It's more physical than emotionally. Emotionally, I think you can you can hold it better, but also it's very physical and you don't realize, and then you finish the day and sometimes it's very tiring with the big format. You don't realize, but you are like in a gym, no? Like, okay, this, and then you are like dead, and oh my God, my back, and this thing. And mostly with big formats, it's physically, but emotionally, no. I wouldn't say that it's no.
Can I ask a very non-artist question? So I imagine in your atelier with your big with your big canvases and all this energy? Is it very messy? Is it a messy workspace, or does it look very like structured, like an office? What's it like?
Well, for me, I know artists that they are not messy, but I'm super messy, honestly, because I don't mind. In that moment, if I want a green over there, I don't mind what is in my way to go there. And I mean, I'm dressed like super ugly. It's not. I'm very messy. I'm very messy. But that's my way. And then I have to say that I clean my studio, not every day, but one day I clean and one day I don't clean, and the following, so every 2 days I clean my studio. So it's messy, but it's clean at least. No, I need that my studio is clean. But then if this is a bit messy, I don't mind. But at least it has to be clean. So yeah, because I work better with this. I cannot work well with something dirty, no. No. I mean, if I'm trying to paint something beautiful, I cannot. I cannot be like no. I cannot be surrounded by some dirty things. No, it's like okay.
Do you only make one piece at once when you paint, or do you have different ones kind of in different stages?
Yeah, I have. Normally, I have more than one, more than three, more than four. Yeah, that's for this reason I cannot answer to the question how long it takes me to paint a painting, because I don't really count, and then sometimes the big structure, let's say, it's very easy and it comes like this in 1, 2 days, 3 days. But then some details I have to spend like 1 day, and then it has to rest or sleep, let's say, no, and then 2 days after I continue because I'm not sure. So in the end, it's like small periods, no, and in the end I cannot count how long I spent painting that painting. It's well, for me it's not important to know that, no, because sorry.
Sorry. Do you do you varnish your work? Do you always varnish, or do you leave it unvarnished?
Well, some of the colors that I use, they have kind of material that is like varnish, and I leave everything like this with the acrylic and these colors.
Okay.
Because as I work with the light, and this is very important for me, that the metallic colors turn on or turn off during the day and with the sun. If I varnish, that effect, I lose that effect.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
So I did some tests, and in the end I decided to leave it like this, and in the end this the majority of the colors that I use are with kind of a varnish. So this metallic is mixed also with a material that is kind of a varnish. So I know, so they are stable, 100% stable.
If I can jump back in, I guess we were just talking about galleries and seeing your pictures, and I know with Christmas in some way coming, you have you have a kind of another exhibition coming up that you're part of, right? I'm gonna try and drop the flyer for people. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this is an exhibition, but it's also a market. It's a pop-up exhibition, and it will be from 4th till 13th. But for example, I will be only the first weekend. And then during the week there will be another artist, and the second weekend there will be another artist. So in total we will be, I think, 15 artists, and well, I think it's worth to visit because there will be also like a small pieces, very affordable for this Christmas period, let's say. So yeah, you can find a very good gift for the a very good present for Christmas. I mean, what is
you're a good saleswoman.
Art? What?
You're a great saleswoman.
Thank you. Well, I learned a lot during last
but there's
week.
There's a lot of different local artists as well, or artists produce things locally.
We will be local artists. So this is in Zurich, in the Mustergasse, number 11. And yeah, we will be there. And local artists and affordable prices. Sorry. And the first weekend we will be. So I will be there. There will be a sculptor from Basel that is called Monica Baccari. Super good. And then it will be also Pedro Blas, and he works with the kinetic art and the optics art, with the optics effects in a painting. So I mean, we will be different styles also, so you can choose what you like most.
So maybe I put some of your contacts here in the text chat so people can see, and also of course Lorenzo's here from Le Visual. I know we kind of started up very quickly, but we should also mention the Le Visual platform. So if I put that in the chat, Lorenzo, do you want to sort of take over and say some closing words for us?
Just share, I share some of the artwork that Sara has on the visual, where they can be rented and bought as well. I just need to find a way to do that on this, so that you can see the pop-up in your screen. Give me 1 second. So, yeah, and other than that, I would like to thank Sara for being here and for sharing a lot of really personal insight in her art.
Thank you for inviting me.
Anytime. It's been a pleasure. Oh, wow. That's great that you did.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we both just hit it at the same time.
Yeah. Here's a bit more information. And if you're curious to explore what art she has on the visual, you can do it. Let me see if I can. How did you do that, David? Can you do that also for the website?
Yeah, the visual is underneath Sara first, and then it's Le Visual. So
yes,
people can click either of those.
That's great. And also for the future, so we're trying to have this format of events to meet artists, emerging artists in Switzerland every second week, more or less. And we would be happy to grow the community of people interested in learning more about artists that work here in Switzerland. Not all of them are Swiss. So as we've seen so far, we had a Swiss South African artist, and we have a Spanish artist from Valencia. And we hope to bring a nice community of people that want to learn in a very comfortable, easy, informal way about artists that are working and growing and becoming more and more successful in Switzerland. So please keep an eye on the meetup group and hope to see you at the next event. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for organizing this.
And best of luck with the exhibition. We'll be there and hope to see also many of
I hope to see you there. It's a long time we don't see each other.
All right.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
evening.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sarah.
And thank you
very much.
for
Great
connecting.
to see people again.
Thank you.
See you again next time, Ilse and
And
I will be also.
and Francesca. Ciao.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
bye bye.
See you.
Thanks for the